let's move on to our NFL Spotlight. This is where we'll recap the previous week in the NFL by looking at what our game of the week, the stat that told the story, and our team or player on the rise. Logan, I'll let you take over for this game of the week. Our game of the week is the Eagles and the Cowboys. It was a fun one on Sunday. What did you think of that game?
Yeah, it was between this one and Colts Chiefs, and I thought this one had more memorable plays than the latter. So that's why we decided to take Eagles Cowboys. But yeah, Jalen Hurts has been pretty good against, and the Eagles like during their peak lately have been pretty good against the Cowboys. And whenever they took that 21-0 lead in the first half and going into halftime, I don't think many people expected Dallas to not only make it a close game but win. uh, yeah, the Eagles' offense just completely shut down. They kind of looked like how they had been the past few weeks. The Cowboys' defense had one of their better performances. I wouldn't give them all the credit though, because it looked like I think Philly's offense has major issues right now. But yeah, just incredible comeback by the Dallas offense. George Pickens, I mean, what a massive addition in the offseason for the Cowboys. I mean, the pair with CD, who once again struggled with drops against the Eagles. It's the second time this year, but Pickens was there to pick up the slack, and he torched the Eagles secondary. And hey, we'll see. I mean, Philadelphia has a commanding lead in the NFC East. We'll see if this sparks Dallas to go on a run to get the wild card. Like I've said in the past, I picked the Cowboys to win the NFC East, and that was just because I think that NFC East previous division winners thing is cursed. So you never know. But yeah, it was a fun NFC East game. We'll see if the Cowboys can ride that high because they play in just a couple more days.
Right. Yeah, this game was a tale of two halves. Cowboys were mistake ridden early in this one, and then the Eagles were mistake ridden late in this one. And what I thought was that Philly really just reverted back to the type of offense that has frustrated AJ Brown for most of his time as an Eagle, and what Eagles fans have been frustrated with for most of this season, especially with the new offensive coordinator. They went up 21-0, and they just coughed it up. But for Dak Prescott, this was a pretty big game for him, not only for the win, but he broke Tony Romo's record comeback. Sorry, I totally messed that up.
Passing yard, career passing yards as a Cowboy. So yeah, he passed Romo up,
Yep.
whose job he took way back in 20.
Yeah, tops Romo's career franchise record for passing yards. What might be more impressive was that Prescott also broke a tie with Romo by leading his 25th winning drive when tied or trailing in the fourth quarter or overtime. So we knew Romo as this clutch performer, leading winning drives at end of games, and now to see Dak Prescott eclipse that is pretty cool for Cowboys fans, and just putting him in the record books with a lot of great Cowboys players. All right, our stat that told the story from week 12. I had to go with it. This is way back on Thursday Night Football. The 8 sacks by the Texans on Josh Allen. So Buffalo's Josh Allen was harassed by Houston's defense all night on Thursday Night Football. The 8 sacks were the most he's taken in his career, and he was hit 4 other times outside of those 8 sacks. Kalen Bullock forced 3 turnovers. His second interception sealing the Texans' 23-19 victory. There was a sack by Daniil Hunter that has gotten a lot of attention for him saving Josh Allen's knee, where he switched his grip up on Allen's legs. I think that was more just him getting a better leverage higher up on his legs. But it was still good to see that could have ended a lot. That could have ended a lot worse for Josh Allen in that situation. But this was my pick for them to cover the spread. Houston on Thursday Night Football. One of the only few that I got right from last week. But yeah, an impressive performance. That we know this Texans defense is really good, but for Buffalo to allow this to happen brings into question their O-line.
Yeah, another lackadaisical performance by Buffalo, especially after coming off a big win. So Texans defense has been fantastic all year. They've kept them in they've kept them in every game this year, even despite some horrid offensive performances they've had throughout the season. They've been in every game because their defense just doesn't give up many points or yards. So, and this we saw them beat what we think's a good team. Starting to have questions about that now with Buffalo, but still a huge win for the Texans, and now they're right back in the AFC South race.
All right, our team or player that's on the rise. I think I've thought about Matt Stafford and the Rams, but I feel like they've been playing well all year. This is something that's a little more recent and abrupt, and that's the Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders winning his first career NFL start. He threw for 209 yards and a touchdown to help Cleveland to a 24-10 victory over the Raiders. Say what you want, you have to play your schedule, and uh, they were able to take a win here on the road against the Raiders. And Raiders are a bad team, but it was still an impressive performance from Shedeur. This is the Browns' 42nd quarterback since the franchise's return in 1999, and he ended a 17-game losing streak by Cleveland QBs making their first start. He was quoted afterwards, a lot of people want to see me fail, and it ain't going to happen. So we'll see how much success this continues for him. But made a lot of good plays. There was one in particular where he escaped a blitz to find Isaiah Bond for a 52-yard pass to the 2-yard line. And so we'll see if this is able to continue. I mean, it's better than what they've had previously with Dylan Gabriel. So just a really impressive performance, and we'll see if this is able to continue into week 13 for him. What did you think of his game?
It was unbelievable. He threw probably the greatest screen pass I've ever seen in my life. Well, actually, no, he just threw the greatest touchdown pass I've ever seen in my life. Shedeur did all the work. Who cares who even scored who ran 59 yards? It was amazing. I think we should spend the whole entire hour-long segment on Shedeur Sanders because he's so interesting and the Browns are so interesting, and they beat a really good Las Vegas Raiders team.
It's a Pete Carroll team right there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad for Shedeur. He deserved that win, but the fact that these are leading stories amongst multiple media outlets, it's just ridiculous. I mean, come on. I mean, if he plays well this week, then I'm fully on board. But I mean, come on. I mean, let's credit him, but let's not give him too much credit because it was the Raiders on a team that's basically quit. And I correctly picked that game not because of Shedeur. I just thought, Myles Garrett's just gonna feast on this Raiders team, and sure enough, he did.
Well, he did. Myles Garrett, an incredible performance, kind of got overshadowed by Shedeur's debut start.
Yeah, he broke his. I think he broke his own team records.
His own
sack total in a year.
Yeah. And he's going for that Michael Strahan single season record, so we'll see if that continues for him. But let's move on to our signature.
But all because of Shedeur.
It was all Shedeur.